What I tell you, in 2022, you're gonna play a Saints Row game. Man, the last time we had a Saints Row game was Barack Obama was president, GTA 5 was out, and Xbox One and PS4 came out. Time go fast, and I remember it like yesterday. Now, 9 years later, we finally get a proper Saints Row game, not that cash grab Agent of Mayhem. Saints Row has been a long way since 2006. Saints Row was a cheap knockoff in the GTA series. You see, in the early 2000s, right, companies trying to cash in on the GTA hype made their own GTA games. It was a subgenre called GTA Clone. A few games were decent, like True Crime, Scarface, and some were amazing, like Simpsons Hit and Run. I'm still waiting for a remake of that, and the original Mafia. After that, no one could top GTA, but here comes THQ trying to capitalize on the GTA clone. They made Saints Row, supposed to compete in the GTA series. Then Saints Row 2 came out, and it was good. It was, came out at the same time as GTA 4. Yes, GTA 4 had a higher budget, better physics, and better and a higher budget game than Saints Row 2. But Saints Row 2 was a better game than GTA 4. Why? Because it was fun. You see, when games were fun, it means it's good. I don't play a lot of games that are not fun, and that's where Saints Row comes in. Then Saints Row stopped with the GTA clone and started doing their own crazy whacking things in 3 and 4. You become the president of the United States of America. Yes, in Saints Row 4, you became the president of the United States and start fighting aliens and save Earth. Now all that shit went through. What else you could do in this franchise? Nothing, because they run out of ideas. So they decided to reboot the damn game. Now, after 12 hours of the game, in my opinion, Saints Row 2022 doesn't really feel like a reboot. It feels like a reimagining of Saints Row 2 and mixed with 3. Now, let's be honest. When people saw the trailer of Gamescom last year, people weren't mad. People were mad, not because of the gameplay, because of the characters. Now I live in the wrong generation. Now I get it. We live in a different generation. This generation is called Generation Z. Now, boy, I'm old as hell. The character does not look gangster. They look like some nerds playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards in Starbucks. Yes, some of these characters are just not really gangster, man. Look, man, I'll say this again. Alright, when I look at these characters, like some dude named Eli with a goddamn bow tie, say, if this motherfucker is gangster, we're living the wrong. First of all, we're doomed, number one, and we live in the wrong generation. Man, just some dude in the hood running around with a bow tie and a vest on and selling drugs. Come on, man, it ain't right. Hey, look, man, I understand they're trying to cater to the Generation Z crowd and this. The characters wasn't that great, but now when I play a little bit of the game, I kind of get used to the characters. Yes, it's very cringeworthy. Yes, it still doesn't, look right because they don't look gangster. But at the end of the day, I still think that the characters will grow on you. Saints Row is the best Saints Row game ever made. Pretty much. Because, hey, I have plenty of fun with this game. The gameplay plays like Saints Row, looks like Saints Row, and the production budget is basically Saints Row. This time in the game, you are your own boss. This time. How exactly simple you play as you? Let me explain. You have 3 friends, Eli, Neva, and Kevin. You work at at Marshall Defense Industries, selling advanced weaponry, high-tech military hardware, and full-blown private arms to individuals and government around the world. Basically, you work in a terrorist organization. Neo works at Los Santos, whatever that shit called, and Kevin work at the at the Idols, some hippies, Zen Z type gang. Now, each gang have their own main boss. So if you play games like Crackdown 3, it's very similar to Crackdown 3. So basically, you kill some lieutenants, you go to the main boss. So the whole, crime map is that you look at the crime map and see every, what's it called, gangs in the crime map, and who control the gangs in that area. You got to defeat the gangs and clean the area. Now the Idols, the Marshall Defense Forces, and the Los Pintos, they don't like each other, so they're at war at each other because they want control. I forgot the city called. First of all, you're not in Steelport. I forgot the city called. I don't know. Los Santos, whatever. And so basically, they are fighting. So basically, Neva and Kevin work at the rival gangs, and you work at Marshall Defense Industries. The reason why, because they need money to pay their student loans. Man, look, man, you don't make this shit up. Yeah, it sounds dumb. It's Saints Row. It doesn't take itself seriously. Alright? So, you do crazy missions when you work at, the Marshall. One crazy mission was to protect the codex in a museum. When you were in the museum, you protecting the mayor, and hell break loose. Two different gangs came out and started shooting. The Idols and the Los Pintos. You got to protect this codex, and yes, you did. But when you saw the mayor in danger, you decided to protect the mayor, and one of the gangs gets the codex. Marshall boss got pissed and fired you. So have you get fired? So when you get fired, you got no job, no money, no rent. Meanwhile, Neva and Kevin still work at the rival gangs. When Eli and Kevin are in trouble, you gotta protect the gangs. One of the gangs called the Idols. When you defeat the Idols, Kevin and Neo betray Los Pintos, and Kevin also betrayed the Idols. So you decide to create your own gang, and this one shit started opening up. Saints Row feel like Saints Row 2 and 3. With plenty of steroids so far. The gameplay is good, really good. Shooting has no lock here, so I don't think it does it. I'm trying to figure out how you lock in a target. If it doesn't, then you know what? Hey, more power to this game because I didn't like it. So you have to aim and shoot. So the animations are clunky, really clunky. Voice acting are cringe and bad at the same time. Now, does the game has plenty of bugs? Yeah, kind of. Some cars are basically off the road. I've seen flying cars sometimes, most of my playthrough, but it's not really that buggy, but it has some bugs. And of course, like invisible cars, plenty of pop-ups. Yeah, so this game has a lot of pop-ups in this fucking game, and very of technical problems. Wait a minute, I just described Saints Row. No man, if you play Saints Row, it doesn't take itself serious. You're not going to see a high production Grand Theft Auto type game in this game because it's not GTA. It doesn't want to be like GTA. They want to be their own thing, and that's the good thing. This is why I love this game, because they went back to the roots instead of going back to Saints Row 3 and 4. Let's go back to the roots and try to rise on top, become the best, gang member in the whole city. That's what Saints Row 2 was about. So, and so the biggest selling point in this game is the customization. You can customize anything in this game. You can customize used cars, weapons, fucking everything. I mean, you could customize your crib. Yes. See, when in the game, so when you become your own boss, they find a empty church. So the church, it was owned by Marshall. So you kill the Marshall gang, and you get the deed from some, I don't know, a loaner. So when you get the deed, so you own the church, so you could customize your own crib. You could put anything in your fucking crib. That shit is crazy. And I'm starting to do that shit right now. So if you look at my walkthrough, I just did a couple of missions. So now this time I'm gonna go back and do some of the side missions and everything. And customize my weapons. And also you have power weapons too. And you have special moves and everything. I remember in the trailer you could punch somebody at fucking 200 feet in the air. You could do a lot of things in this game. And this game mocks movies like The Purge. In one of the game, in one of the missions, you're in an island and you have to kill everyone to get notified. Side hustles are important in the Saints Row. Ensuring frauds is back, like if you play any in the Saints Row games. So basically, ensuring fraud is a goal of ensuring to commit the most dangerous to yourself by profiting incoming vehicles and earning the special amount of money for that level. One of my favorite side hustles is the bad rating restaurants. So basically, you go to the restaurant, you leave a bad rating on the restaurant and wave where enemies come out and try to kill you. One of my favorite features in the game in Saints Row is the takedown. So let's say you're in your ass kicked, niggas shooting at you, everything. You go and you takedown meter as high as up. Go to next to the character, you press Y, I think you press Y, and you do some crazy takedown animations. It's something like come out straight from John Wick and all that stuff. Overall, look, Saints Row is very fun. Over the top madness, 12 hours so far playthrough. There's a lot of things you could do. I didn't scratch the surface. Are they crazy weapons just like the other Saints Row games? Absolutely. Does the voice acting is bad? Absolutely. Does the game have technical problems? Absolutely. But one thing about the Saints Row series is that the game is fun, real fun. And look, man, after this review, or not really review, but a preview review or impression video, whatever. I'm still going back and play this shit. I'm 12 hours in so far. I got the game early, and I really want to do some of the side missions. One of the side missions, I think you have a getaway car. Some dude basically, stole drugs. One of the gang members, and you have to drive through the whole city and trying to stop one of the gangs. And one of the cool features of that, you go out of your vehicle, go on the rooftop, and start shooting niggas and rocket launchers. So basically, when he's driving, you on the goddamn rooftop shooting. That shit is crazy. Of course, when one of the missions in the game, you teach your friend Eli how to shoot. And yes, he does. And Eli is the guy with the bowling tie. Also, in the game, I think I can't spoil the game, but no, I can't spoil that part. But overall, man, Saints Row is a great game. It's over the top. If you're a fan of the Saints Row series like I do recommend it. Alright, now, if you never play a Saints Row game, do not go into Saints Row and think Grand Theft Auto. There's a lot of people to this day think that Saints Row is GTA. It's not. It's no near GTA this time. They trying to do their own thing. They're trying to distance what the GTA does. They want to so serious, overtone, gangster stuff. Go play GTA 5. This is not Grand Theft Auto 5. Overall, I give this game a recommendation. Yes, I highly recommend playing this game. It's not a bad game. It's really good. It's fun. Yes, it's not. Yes, this cross-generation game. It's not. Doesn't look pretty, but But come on, you're playing Saints Row. It doesn't. People are nitpicking a game that come out in 2006 and never played the game. If you never play a Saints Row game, this is what they give you. You're not going to get serious overtake that it branches out of serious. So overall, does it worth $60? Absolutely. I think this is probably the best Saints Row game since Saints Row 2. This is Saints Row 2 on steroids, and I'm glad they go back to the roots. Yeah, they still got the wacky thing, you know, the humor is wacky, everything is wacky, it's over the top. And remember, I need to scratch the surface. Boy, you need to scratch the surface. Man. Alright, so this is Game Trailers. You know, if you like my impressions, review, whatever this shit called, subscribe, and